Hello everyone, we're doing something a little bit different today. I hope I'm not talking too close to the mic. I don't want you guys to complain about me ear raping you. But also ignore the little Hulk figure in the bottom left corner, probably bottom right corner for you guys because it's merit. Yeah, today we're just doing something a little bit different. Also, the reason I'm dressed so fancy is because I was just at the house and I just came home. But we're doing something a little bit different. This is the third time I say that. We're going to be reading you guys' God of War comments. Which is something I don't see any God of War YouTubers do. And let's just start, okay? Mr. Salty, 3 hours ago, he commented on my Who Blew the Horn video. He said, I don't think it was Atreus' mother as she was able to go through time. I don't think it was Atreus' mother as she wasn't able to go through time, simply see the future. I think it is a bit more simple than any of that. I think it was Thor. The reason being is that Thor and the world serpent have a very deep history of hatred and animosity with each other. For example, the time Thor ripped the serpent out of the water to repeatedly beat the shit out of him, for the sole reason being to prove a point to a different giant not to mess with Thor. I think the reasoning is much more simple. Odin told Thor of the adventure Kratos and Atreus are going on, and Thor went to beat up Jormungandr to prove it's not wise to help them in the quest. Just a theory though. Very good theory, Mr. Salty, except I don't agree with you. Because obviously Jormungandr and the serpent, they're not friends, right? And if Thor did call the serpent, a massive fight would have broken out, and we would have heard that. You know, if we were able to hear the horn, we would have been able to hear at least Thor beating the crap out of Jormungandr, or Jormungandr roaring or talking or yelling at Thor. You know, just Thor's statue alone triggered the serpent to eat it. I think Thor himself being there would have made a lot of rackets. So good theory. It could be true, who knows, but you know, I don't really see that happening. Okay, great choice. Just commented on why does Kratos age. Finally explained. He said, so does he dies of old age or not? Okay, again, I think I maybe I didn't highlight this in my video, but I thought I did. But Kratos cannot die of old age. You know, it is a belief in the God of War community that as gods grow older, they simply get stronger, right? They cannot die from old age. They can die from other things, just not old age. You know, Kratos will just grow up indefinitely, and as he grows up, he will simply get stronger, right? He might get a few wrinkles here and there, but that doesn't matter if he just keeps getting stronger and healthier, right? All right. The next comment comes from Kim Nam Woo, and he commented on my Kratos' Strength Finally Explained video. He said, great work, earned a sub, but I recommend putting a barrier on your mic or something because we can hear your breath when you speak. I'm sure you guys can hear that now. I hope not, but I'm using this Vertex gaming mic and I'm working on getting a better mic, so please bear with me until I do that. Light Muhammad commented in my Resurrection God of War and in Norse Myth God of War Theory video, and he said, finally felt it's been forever since you released the video, but I'm happy that you came back. Yes, I was on a little bit of a break because a lot of stuff has been happening in my life, but you know, I'm back, I'm uploading, and hopefully I'll be able to upload a God of War Theory video today or tomorrow where I talk about well, I'm not gonna spoil it, you'll see. Okay, Spaghetti Dits commented in my Why Does Kratos Age video, and he said, 1, older than your mom, that's for sure, and 2, I've always wondered why he has gray hair and all of the other gods. I don't really understand your comment. I'm sure Kratos is older than my mom. It would be kind of weird if my mom was older, since Kratos is an immortal god. And yeah, like I said before, gods age, they will have gray hair, but that does not make them weaker, does not make them less healthier. They will just age indefinitely and they will get stronger as they do, and I'm sure that they age slower than normal humans do. Alright, Cooking with Kratos, what a beautiful name. Responded to why Tier went to Greece video, and he said, you're A1 with the edits, bro. I'm gonna start using my plugin mic and write a script for my next videos. So glad you're a cool guy in this community. I like how you respond to everyone who asks you questions. Don't ever get too big for your audience, bro. Example, blocking them from live chats, from using emojis or log caps. You feel me? Well, I feel you, and hopefully when I do become as big as the other God of War YouTubers like Captain Cuba, John Ford, if I do get as big as them, I will not do that. I will not block my audience from live chats or from using emojis and whatever. You get me. I get you. Alright, Animal Beast commented on my Kratos Immortality Finally Explained video where he says he killed Persephone, that's why he cannot die. This is a very good point that a lot of people have been bringing up. Kratos can't die because he killed Persephone and Persephone cursed him. Yes, that is a very great theory and it could be very plausible. But my theory is also very plausible. You know, anything works, and that's the beauty of God of War. That's the beauty of having channels where we talk about theories. Anything is literally possible. We don't know which one is the truth, and it's good. It's good to keep, you know, the community alive, and that's what I love about the God of War community. All right, Nathan Alkin commented on my How Time and God of War Works video, where he said, "Hell, if this is true, Loki could also be Tyr in the Norse God of War." I don't see how you made that connection. I don't see how Loki can be Tyr. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see. I think maybe because I don't know. No, I don't see it. I don't think Loki or Atreus is Tyr in the Norse God of War. I think they're very different and distinct characters, not only in Norse mythology but in God of War. Because I think Fenrir at one point, maybe in the new God of War Ragnarok game, is going to bite Tyr's arm off, and I don't think Fenrir would do that to his own father. Alright, Gary Sanders commented on my Kratos' Strength Finally Explained video. He said, Kratos is a Mary Sue with plot armor, but you will like him anyway. I agree. Ultra Ego Go Get Up commented on the same video. He said, what do you expect from a God of War? I guess that's exactly what you expect him from a God of War, to be immeasurably powerful. Okay, 1567 Stardust commented, Kratos' immortality finally on the video. Kratos' immortality finally explained. He says, or she says, I wonder if the oracle from the village was actually Zeus in disguise. I highly doubt that. It just wouldn't make sense, you know. Why would Zeus be the oracle in disguise? There's no evidence to support that. I think it just an oracle, you know, an oracle that was in the temple at the time when Kratos burnt it down and cursed Kratos. I can't see it being Zeus. Also, Zeus has a very specific way of talking. You know, he calls Kratos my son, and like the way he talks. And I think it was too early in God of War 1 for them to think that the oracle is Zeus. So I don't think so. All right, Cappy LaRue commented in my How Time and God of War Works Finally Explained video. He said, that was a better theory than most of the ones that the other guys usually do. Thank you so much, Cappy LaRue. You know, comments like this really do make my day. Even though I can't really express it much because I just don't know how, but I appreciate that. It's either Darstian Valor or Darshin Valor. He commented, or she commented, on my Kratos' Strength Finally Explained video. He said, my head hurts just listening to this. So much power wanking, it's not even funny. Well, it is the point of the video, you know. The video is to explain why Kratos is super strong. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Okay, Jay Henderson replied to or commented on my Why Does Kratos Age video. He said, look how old Zeus was, and it took Kratos 100 years to get to Midgard. So, I think what he's trying to say by this video is, you know, he's backing me up here. You know, I say that Kratos is about 1,100 years old. And he's saying the fact that I think Zeus was super old and that Norse mythology comes after Greek mythology. It makes sense that Kratos is that old. Okay, let's see. Let's do a few more. Bad Tier Golem 47 commented on my Kratos' Strength Finally Explained video, saying Kratos is strong. Lol. And I think he's just making fun of the way I said strong, I think, in the video. Alright, yeah. And then also Cyclone commented on my how time and God of War works final explain video. He said it's just a theory, a game theory, because I think that's how I ended that video. All right, one more. Izunia Berg replied to my why Tyr 1 to Greece video, and he said maybe Odin let Tyr live because despite their enmity, he is still his son and he wanted to avoid the cycle, or he know that his knowledges and his golden eyes can be still useful. I think what he's trying to say is that despite, you know, Odin and Tyr being a little bit of enemies because, you know, Tyr is helping out the giants, Tyr is still Odin's son, and, you know, he doesn't want to, you know, start a cycle where the son kills his father or whatever, and you know he still has love for his son, or Tyr has the knowledge and the Jotun vision that Odin doesn't want to get rid of. But yeah, I think that's all for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video and you would like more than this, then comment down below your theories, your comments, your suggestions, and I'll react to them. I'll react to any comments you guys send my way. Thank you all for the support, for the love, for just being a part of this community. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one.